Welcome back to the final part of the 2024 NBA Draft Predictions. Today we'll be looking at the final 9 picks. So kicking this video off with the 21st pick, the New Orleans Pelicans would be foolish not to draft Tristan da Silva. Now this might be some wishful thinking on my part, but for the sake of his personal development, da Silva could become an all-star if he falls all the way down to the Pelicans. Da Silva is a Swiss Army knife of a player. He can be useful in a variety of ways, from shooting, passing, and reliable defense. With the rumblings of Brandon Ingram getting traded, not only can da Silva step into that empty void, he could potentially do it better. The Phoenix Suns proved last year that without a point guard to facilitate the offense, the team lacks communication, as a result, underperformed. I think someone that can make an impact while also fitting into the KD-led team is Jacoby Walter. When I was watching his game tape, I got flashes of John Wall with the ball handling and the ability to just make defenders look bad. That's why a backcourt of Walter and Beal would be ironic. Not to mention, with the amount of injuries the Suns had to deal with, the team could look to add Walter to help lead the charge for those close game matchups. For this selection, the Milwaukee Bucks could go with a few different guys and I would understand. But since this sharpshooter from Kansas is still on the board, I think Kevin McCullough would be the guy the Bucks would pick. McCullough could play off-ball with Dame, and he's not afraid to get physical in the paint. At 23 years old, he is a win-now player who can help the Bucks improve in the offensive rating category. There are some questions about his defense, but the offensive upside McCullough provides can provide depth, similar to what Peyton Pritchard did for the Boston Celtics. The New York Knicks have back-to-back picks with 24 and 25. And with head coach Tom Thibodeau having a knack for playing two-way players most of the game, I think they'll draft Jared McCain and Ryan Dunn. So let's start with Jared McCain. The Duke point guard can come off the bench in case anything happens to Jalen Brunson. McCain is a persistent, hard-working facilitator who can find the open guy. Having more offensive pieces can create improvements in assists, but the key fundamentals to play Knicks-style basketball are present in McCain. So now let's talk about Ryan Dunn. Around the key, whether it's on offense or defense, Dunn is an asset. He plays that old school style of basketball, meaning his shot isn't great. However, if there's a lane for Dunn to run through, there is no point trying to contest it. This is a guy who could put a few sorry defenders on a poster, all the while having the endurance to deliver the same amount of energy on the other side of the ball. Statistically speaking, the best player on the Washington Wizards last year was Kyle Kuzma. So the question then becomes, what if the Wizards had a chance to draft another Kyle Kuzma? By drafting Bobby Klintman, the Wizards have another big man with a decent half-court game, strong defensive IQ, and good ball handling for a 6'10 power forward. The Wizards lack depth when it comes to big men. Klintman is the best big man available, who could make it easier on the wings to stretch the floor and find the open shot. Klintman is good at getting the foul calls, which could be problematic for division rivals like the Orlando Magic, who were top 10 in personal fouls last year. For the Anthony Edwards-led Minnesota Timberwolves, the team could use an offensive-minded point guard to complement the strong defense of Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Drafting Colorado's KJ Simpson would make Edwards' life easier, as Simpson averaged over 20 points a game last season with a field goal and three-point percentage over 40. I do have some concerns about his off-ball game and how he'll transition, knowing Edwards or Gobert will have the ball most of the time, but if Simpson can find a way to be productive with screen setting or finding the open spot on the floor, there will be very few teams who could go toe-to-toe with Minnesota. The three boom or bust candidates in this draft are Sarr, Edey, and this French forward Tidjane Salaam. He's a firecracker, but to a fault. It's really hard to compare another NBA player to Salaam because with that height, wingspan, and energy, it feels unique watching his game tape. At 19 years old, there's still plenty of refining that is required for Salon to perform at the NBA level. It certainly is possible, but it will require patience and smart coaches who know how to bring out the potential in their players. Soon, the contracts for Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon will be up, so drafting a guard would make the Nuggets vulnerable for the height. If Salon can play next season in the G League, honing in on some of the weaknesses like decision making and his jump shot, the Nuggets could have a steal. For the second to last pick, the Utah Jazz could use some height. Not like 7-foot Lauri Markkanen or Walker Kessler kind of tall, but someone taller than Nikola Topic who has excellent handles and a solid shot. Someone like Dylan Jones. The biggest issue I have with Jones is that his team Weber State played subpar teams. If Jones was competing against strong defensive guards like Stephon Castle, it would be easier to assess if his talents can go toe-to-toe with the best. But with that said, Jones can be relied upon to make his own shot. He was averaging a near double-double, almost 50% field goal shooting. For his size, he has great vision and is capable of attacking the rim in more ways than one. He has the size and strength to make those skip passes that could translate to a stronger offense overall for the Jazz. Now we have the final pick for this draft. The newly crowned champions Boston Celtics could use a big man, as Kristaps Porzingis is battling injuries and Al Horford is close to retiring. The team could use an athletic big man that catches alley-oops, second chance rebounds, and the occasional body. Let's see another guy from the G League Ignite team go on the board, and the Celtics will get Tyler Smith. At 6'11", 224, Smith is the type of guy every team needs. A valuable role-playing big man who is physical and able to make adjustments when contested. He could put pressure on the guards to shoot the threes with his strong shot blocking capability. Smith is very limited on the offensive side of the ball and lacks lateral movement in order to cover the guards in case of any switches. However, when you're on a team with scorers like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday and Derek White, that's not that big of a deal. So, there you have it everyone. I have predicted all 30 picks for the first round of the NBA draft. I would not be surprised if trades get made and my analysis is just gone out the window. But this is an exciting year, regardless of what others say about it. But what about you? Did you watch all 3 parts? Do you agree with my reasonings? Sound off and let me know. But thank you so much for watching all the way until the end, and have a great day.